Hi friends, it's Sharon. I'm here today with someone you haven't seen for a while. Say hello to Mavis. Mavis has been in this beautiful yellow dress for quite a while, and I want to change her into something pink. I just feel like pink. Pink is the way to go for me, for my babies, yeah, for my girls. I'm old-fashioned that way. So we're going to change her out of this and into something pink. How are you all doing today? Today it's a bit cloudy right now, getting cloudy, and I feel a little bit like I'm dealing with a migraine coming on, which I haven't had happen to me in a while. So I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. And I'm thinking it's because I've been eating eggs lately. Sometimes when you eat a migraine trigger food, it does not affect you until the next day, believe it or not. And I'm thinking that that's what happened to me. I had eggs on Sunday and I had eggs yesterday for lunch. And I also have been drinking iced tea later on in the afternoon, and caffeine is another trigger. I only have 1 cup of coffee in the morning, and it's half calf coffee. So I'm going to stick to the diet again because I don't like feeling lousy. Didn't feel like doing anything today after lunch. So we went to a very late lunch. I didn't sleep well last night, and so I took a little bit of a nap at 1 o'clock or 12:30, and I couldn't sleep. So my neck was hurting, the back of my neck was hurting, and I'm thinking, and then I started getting the pressure in the head and a little bit of nausea, and I'm like, oh, this is familiar, but I don't like it. So we're going to stick to the migraine diet. We have to, because it's worth it. Now I have a onesie here, bodysuit, that says 3 to 6 months on it, which is going to be big on her. But I like the sleeves. They're going to cover her 3/4 limbs, and she has a white onesie on. I want to try this on her because I like the color. So let's see if we can get away with a 3 to 6 month size bodysuit for Mavis. So yeah, we just went to Subway today for lunch. That's usually our go-to place when we don't want to have a big meal. We want to have a light meal, something easy to digest. We usually go to Subway. I'm wondering if I need to re-weight her, restuff her, because her head somehow got extremely floppy. And it seems like it happened overnight. Yeah, I don't understand that. So, anyway, yeah, so we went to Subway today, and I got my usual, and so today I wanted to do a discussion that has nothing to do with the reborn doll community in particular. It has to do with life, and it has to do with being a good conversationalist, because my husband and I were talking about this over lunch, and he is noticing that when I talk to him about a particular subject, he joins in, but with a totally different subject and having nothing to do with what I just said. These are the pants I'm going to put on her. They have a little ruffle at the butt and little ruffles at the ankles. And this is a koala baby, 3 months. So he was embarrassed that he replied to something that was a totally different subject. And I said, oh, you do that all the time. And he said, oh, I'm just becoming aware of it. It's never too late, guys, to become aware of things. We're up there in age. We're not spring chickens, and we're still learning. So he is trying to be aware of when you're having a conversation with someone, it takes discipline to listen and to respond to what the other person is saying. I have these 3 choices for socks. These are her best fitting socks. These are the fancy socks that I want to put on her, but I think they might be too big for her tiny little feet. And then these are just plain white ones. So let's see. So let me try the fancy ones first. So in order to be a good conversationalist, I think we can get away with this. They're big, but they have elastic that will hold them up. I like them. You have to be disciplined in order to be a good listener and a contributor to what the other person is talking about. We as human beings, we're selfish. We want to talk about the things that we want to talk about. We want the floor, in other words. We want to talk about the stuff that we want to talk about and not necessarily what the other person wants to talk about. So it takes discipline to be a good conversationalist. And it's a back and forth exchange. And you can't have a back and forth exchange if one person's talking about this and the other person is talking about that. There is no point to that. It's just called venting or talking. It's not really a conversation. So I thought I would bring that to you guys. Do you ever think about how you can be a better conversationalist? And are you a good conversationalist? It does. It takes work. Now Mavis has a really tiny head. So I'm going to use this because I know this one will fit her. It's been around. I've had this headband in my collection for a long time. So there she is. She's in pink. Yep, there she is. So I have to be disciplined to be a good conversationalist because I fall into that trap of wanting to talk about the things that are on my mind. But I also like to, what I call, minister to others. So if other people that I'm with are having a rough time or they need to talk about something serious to them, I will be a good listener because I want to be sensitive to that other person. So I enjoy ministering to other people's needs. But I do fall into the trap once in a while when I have a lot on my mind of not wanting to be a good listener but wanting to have the floor. So, you have to always be cognizant of things. And a good friend will allow for your failures and help you if you need help. They'll help you. They'll help steer you in the right direction. I don't know if you understand what I mean by that, but like with my husband, I said, what you said has absolutely nothing to do with what I just said. And that helped him. being blunt like that. And it helped him to realize, you know what, you're right. And it embarrassed him to be so aware. And sometimes you have to be that way. Other times you can do it a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, discreetly, no, not discreet. You know what I mean, a little bit more gentler. And but sometimes you have to be blunt. So that's all I have to say, guys. It's be disciplined with your relationships with others regarding conversation, so that others want to be around you and others want to talk to you because you like to listen to them too. You contribute to them and they contribute back. That's what life should be about, right? We learn from one another, we grow from one another, etc., etc., etc. So that's my video for today. And hope you've enjoyed seeing Mavis again. And we will see you guys real soon. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.